My grandmother lied about my mom's death for 15 years to keep me from finding out she was still alive. I was 7 when Grandma Beatrice sat me down in her pristine kitchen and explained that Mommy had gone to heaven. She showed me a fake death certificate, complete with an official seal that I later learned came from a novelty shop downtown. There was even a small gravestone in Riverside Cemetery with my mother's name, Delilah, engraved in elegant script. For years, I brought flowers to that empty plot every Mother's Day. Grandma spun elaborate stories about how brave my mother had been, battling cancer until the very end. She'd dab her eyes with tissues and describe fictional chemotherapy sessions and hospital visits that never happened. I treasured these memories, believing they were all I had left of the woman who gave me life. The truth unraveled on my 22nd birthday. I was cleaning out Grandma's attic after her funeral when I found a shoebox hidden behind old Christmas decorations. Inside were dozens of letters, all addressed to me, all from my mother. The postmarks spanned 15 years, starting just months after I'd supposedly watched her coffin lowered into the ground. The first letter destroyed me. My sweet Quentin, Grandma Beatrice won't let me see you. She says you're better off thinking I'm dead than knowing your mother is in prison. I write these letters hoping someday you'll understand I never stopped loving you. Prison. My hands shook as I read letter after letter. Mom explained how she'd been arrested for embezzling money from the law firm where she worked. Money she'd stolen to pay for my medical treatments when I was sick as a baby. Grandma had convinced the judge that a dead mother would be less traumatic for me than an incarcerated one. Each letter contained photos Mom had drawn of what she imagined I looked like at different ages. Her artistic guesses were startlingly accurate. She'd somehow known I'd inherit her brown eyes and Dad's stubborn cowlick. The most recent letter was dated 3 weeks before Grandma's death. Quentin turns 22 tomorrow. I'm getting out next month after serving my full sentence. Beatrice promised she'd tell you the truth when you became an adult, but I don't think she ever will. I pray you'll find these letters someday, and forgive me for not fighting harder to stay in your life. I drove straight to the address listed on her release papers. Mom answered the door looking exactly like her self-portraits, just older. When she saw me, she collapsed to her knees in the doorway, sobbing. We held each other for 20 minutes without speaking. Later, over coffee, she explained everything. How Grandma had manipulated everyone, the lawyers, the social workers, even the judge, into believing her plan was best for me. How she'd threatened to disappear with me if Mom ever tried to contact me directly. I should have fought harder, Mom whispered, but I was young and scared, and Beatrice convinced me you were thriving without me. I looked at this broken woman who'd lost 15 years with her only child and felt something shift inside me. You're here now, I said simply. We both are. That evening, I drove to Riverside Cemetery and destroyed the fake gravestone with a sledgehammer I'd borrowed from Mom's neighbor. The groundskeeper tried to stop me until I explained the situation. He just nodded and helped me load the pieces into my truck. Some lies are too big to forgive, even when the liar is dead. Mom and I have spent the last year rebuilding what Grandma stole from us. We're taking it slow, learning each other as adults rather than mother and child. She teaches me to draw. I help her navigate a world that changed dramatically while she was locked away. Last week, Mom asked if I wanted to visit Grandma's grave with her. Why? I asked. She smiled sadly. To tell her she was wrong. Dead wrong.